Hello and welcome to the Mazda Ironman 70.3 Los Cabos. My name is Nick Edwards and I am excited to welcome you to this week's event. Today, I'm going to take you through the details of everything you need to know to be successful on race day. So let's dive right in. First things first, you do need to pick up your packet. You'll find this at our host hotel, and you do need to pick up that packet by 3 p.m. on Saturday, November 4th. Within your packet, you'll find a wristband. This must be affixed to your wrist at athlete check-in, and this is what identifies you as a participant. This is how you access race day buses from the host hotel, transition areas, post-race athlete recovery areas, as well as that award ceremony. You are not allowed to remove your bicycle or your gear from the transition area without that wristband as well, so do ensure that you keep that wristband on throughout the duration of the race. You will be denied entry to that award ceremony if you're not wearing it. Finally, you can use that wristband for local retail partner discounts. So wear that band into stores and restaurants where you see this signage around town, and you can receive a discount. So definitely worth keeping that on there. Before race day, we do have an opportunity to practice swim. You can make yourself comfortable in those water conditions. The water temperature today in the morning was 80.6 degrees Fahrenheit, so that's 27 Celsius. The practice swim is on Saturday, November 4th. That's from 6:30 to 8:15 a.m. at Palmilla Beach. And again, you do need to have that wristband on to access the practice swim. We'll have event and medical staff support. Just remember, you have to be registered in the race to participate in the practice swim. You do need to have completed that check-in process. You need to have your racing chip on at all times during that practice swim. And you will not be allowed to participate if you do not bring that timing chip. For groups 3 and 4, chips will be available on site. So this is referring to your check-in group. But if you are in group 3 or 4 and you do want to swim, please make sure you have an official ID with you to receive one of those chips. We do not have any official transportation for that practice swim. And as is typical, swim practice is subject to changes. And this just depends on weather conditions. So just be ready for that. Before race day, just remember, you do need to attend the group that you selected. Do not plan on attending a different group than the one that you selected. We do have mandatory bag check-in. So red for run. You will check that in Saturday, November 4th in the bike rack that's located at T2. So this is next to the Hyatt Place Hotel. You can check that in between 10 and 4 p.m., but this depends once again on the group that you selected. We also have a mandatory bicycle check-in. So that will also occur on Saturday, November 4th. That'll be from 9 a.m. until 4 p.m., once again, depending on your group. And all athletes must check in their bikes at the Palmilla Beach transition zone. So this is T1. You can see on screen here, we do have those groups laid out. So group 1, 9 to 10:30, group 2, 10:30 to 12, group 3, 12 to 2, and then finally group 4 from 2 p.m. until 4 p.m. There will not be official transportation for bike check-ins, so you're responsible for getting yourself out there for your bike check-in. Before race day, just remember that that bike as well as your run gear bag will stay overnight. So bicycles and run gear bag will not be permitted to enter the transition areas on race morning. You may leave your cycling shoes in T1 on Saturday when you check in, and they must be clipped or attached to your bicycle. If they're not clipped to your bicycle, you do need to place them inside your bike gear bag. So just be aware of that and plan accordingly. No loose gear will be allowed on the ground next to the bicycles within the bike check-in. So everything must be attached to that bike. You do also have a bike checkout ticket. So if you're unable to personally claim your bike and gear, a family member or friend could provide a copy of their photo ID along with the signed ticket to claim your athlete's gear. So I always recommend that you pass along one of these tickets to a family member or friend, even if you're planning on picking up your stuff yourself. You will receive 2 bike checkout tickets in your packet. So just pass those along, especially if you do have friends and family there. That just makes it easier after the race. Maybe you just want to kick up your feet and have your friends and family take care of that. We do have a Tri Club program. It's a free program, and every time an athlete races, they earn age group ranking points, which are credited toward that overall Tri Club for the divisional ranking. We do have different sizes of tri clubs, so they're broken up into 5 divisions, as you can see here below. Division 1 with over 300 athletes, all the way down to Division 5. So that would be under 25 athletes. So definitely check that out. It's a great way to connect with community in the triathlon racing space. We do have our AWA program, so All World Athlete Program. This is a way that we can recognize and reward age group athletes for their hard work, dedication, for performances across all Ironman distance races. And that ranking system determines where you finished, and only the top 3 performances will count toward your AWA status. It makes it easy to improve your ranking by just simply racing more. And all-world athlete status can be achieved within Ironman 70.3, as well as the overall, so combined categories. So check that out for more information on our website. On race day, so let's dive back into Los Cabos here. White bag is your morning clothes bag. So this is for clothing that you might be wearing prior to the race. So that check-in will occur on Sunday, November 5th. At the buses beside T1 at Palmilla Beach from 5 a.m. to 5:50 a.m. So this is prior to the start of the race. Don't place anything valuable in here. This would be for, say, those flip-flops or a hoodie or that kind of thing that you might be wearing if you want to stay comfy prior to the race, and you'll pick that up after the race. The blue bag is for post-swim gear. So this is for all the items that you use during the swim. So we're talking about your swim cap, goggles, if you have a towel or something like that. Make sure you leave this bag at your bike rack in the exact place from where you removed your bicycle. And then our staff will transport those bags to T2, and you'll have access to them along with your bicycle when you finish the event. So any items left outside of that bag, however, will not be transported. You do need to fit all of your swim gear into this bag. That post-race swim gear bag will be the only item that is transported back for you to pick up. We do have relays. So if you're participating in the relay, we do have a transition bike check-in. For transition bike check-in for relay, only the bike relay member, so the person riding the bicycle, is allowed into the transition area. Each relay member may enter the general recovery area after finishing. So that's after the finish line. And there is a special relay entrance after that finish line to get in there. Each relay member must collect their own finisher t-shirt and medal. And just remember, it's strictly forbidden to cross the finish line together. Only that runner is going to be crossing the finish line as a relay team member. So please be aware of that for that finish. We do have some important medical and health information to be aware of. Your safety is our primary concern. The medical team will be staffing the medical facilities. Medical resources will also be available while you are out on course. If you're not feeling well on race morning, we advise that you don't start the event. If you decide not to start the event, you need to inform one of our race officials so we can officially withdraw you from the event. Pretty simple there. If you do feel unwell at any point during the day, please let us know, seek help. You'll not be disqualified for receiving a medical evaluation. So maybe it's as simple as checking in with the staff and returning to the race, but don't be afraid to ask for help. If you do experience chest pain, discomfort, shortness of breath, or any lightheadedness, just please stop immediately and seek medical attention. It's important that everyone stays safe, beginning with the swim. So during the swim, raise and wave a hand, which will alert the water safety team that you need help. You can verbalize by yelling help. You can also grab onto a kayak, paddleboard, or nearby boat. And remember, you're not going to be penalized for grabbing onto a kayak in the event that you just need to catch your breath and make sure that you are, in fact, okay to continue the race. During the bike portion, if you're not near an aid station, stop, let someone know that you need help, and then anyone can help you, another athlete, a staff vehicle, an event support vehicle. We have motorcycles on course. Have them alert the nearest aid station or staff member that you need medical assistance. Make sure that you provide your bib number for that assistance. This is super important. And then onto the run, very much the same as the bike. If you're not near an aid station, stop, let someone know. And again, anyone can help from our event team, perhaps an event moto out on the run course, and then have them alert that nearest aid station or staff member that you need assistance. And as always, share that bib number so we can identify you and get you the help that you need. After you finish the race, please do not leave the post-race area until you're reasonably certain that you're okay and are able to drink without vomiting and stand without dizziness. So basically the thing is just make sure that you're feeling all right before you head home. Manage your health and safety on race day, race healthy, race smart, pretty simple. It's all about taking care of yourself. So let's move into some of the fun stuff. The 1.2 mile swim, so 1.9 kilometers, is a single loop swim. We have a rolling swim start that we'll discuss. It takes place at Palmilla Beach after the completion of the swim. you'll head into T1, which is located at the Palmilla Beach parking lot. The swim start for professional athletes is scheduled for 6:20 a.m., followed by that 6:30 a.m. rolling start for age group athletes. Buoys are placed every 100 meters for you to reference along the course, and then we have red buoys for the turns. So when you see those red buoys, that means you're making a left-hand turn at a corner. The rolling start functions as follows. Athletes will enter in a continuous stream through a controlled access point. So this is very similar to a road running race, perhaps if you've done one of those. An athlete's start time will start when they cross the timing mat to enter the water. You will need to self-seed yourself based upon your projected swim time. So think about how long it will take you to complete the swim. Ideally, you've done some good training and you have a decent idea of that, and you can line yourself up accordingly. It's expected to take about 35 minutes for our staff to get all athletes into the water, and everyone should be in the water by 7:05 a.m. And then we have these 9 marked pre-swim corrals, which will share your estimated swim time. So you could line up in corral number 1, that would be under 27 minutes. And then you can see all the way down through to corral 9, which would be the 50+ minutes. So check out the signage and make sure you line up accordingly. Here's a nice little visual depiction of what I was just discussing. So you can see, down in the right-hand corner, that's the swim start. And we have this spaced out and starting with 5-meter increments, but it gets larger as we push all the way through to our start zone number 9. And this will be very obvious as you are at the start area, and you will sort of just line up with everyone else in your appropriate area and then follow the person in front of you into the water. So this goes really well at events all over the world. I don't think we should have any issue with getting you into the water. Here's a nice depiction again of that swim that we were discussing. You can see those nice red buoys. Those are the turn buoys with the left-hand turns that I was discussing before. We move into our bike course. So 56-mile bike course. You start at the Palmilla Beach parking lot, which is T1, and you end alongside the Las Palmas Park, which is next to the Hyatt Place Hotel, T2. You should know both of these locations because you would have checked in your bike and checked in your items at the start of the swim. So should be familiar to you. You'll use that trans-peninsular highway that connects San Jose del Cabo with Cabo San Lucas. There will be 5 on-course aid stations, so approximately 7 miles apart, and they're located at about 16 kilometers, 33K, 45K, 60K, and 77K. This should keep you well fueled during the bike leg. Here's a visual depiction of that bike course. And if you want to refer to this in the future, you can always check the website where we do have our athlete guide. Most of this information that I'm sharing with you right now, in fact, is within that athlete guide. So refer to your athlete guide for more details. The bike course will close 5 hours and 30 minutes after the last age group athlete starts the swim via that rolling start. All athletes still on the bike course after that cutoff time would be disqualified and will not be permitted to continue the race. For athletes who have not finished the first bike lap, so this would be at 26.4 miles prior to 10 a.m., you will not be allowed to proceed on your second lap of the bike course. So this is an intermediate cutoff time that you should be aware of. We do have some particular rules on the bike course. So one of them, no drafting. You may not draft behind another bike or a vehicle out on course. Athletes must ride single file on the right-hand side of the road, except when passing another rider. Side-by-side riding is not allowed. So very similar to driving on the highway. Pretty much you just want to stay in the right-hand side unless you are passing. You must have your helmet chin straps secured. So make sure you're doing that before you leave transition. You do need to wear your race number during the run portion of the race. Your bike number must be properly attached to your bike as well, but you do not need to wear that particular run number. Littering is a stop and go penalty. So please do not throw anything outside of the official aid station areas, and we will have trash areas for you at the aid stations. Unauthorized equipment. So you're not allowed to wear compression socks during the swim. You may not have your cell phone out during race day, no MP3 players, any sort of device that would play music is not allowed. And then you're not allowed to receive outside assistance. So please do not accept assistance from anyone other than a race official, and do not have any non-athlete, non-runners, non-racers run alongside you. Now, on the left-hand side of the screen here, we do have a depiction of the penalties. So a drafting violation, blue card, would be a 5-minute time penalty. You would serve that in the penalty tent on the bike course. So if you were to see one of these cards, it'll be very obvious. The race official will show you the card, call out your number, and tell you that you've received a penalty, and you do need to serve these penalties. Littering, once again, is a blue card, 5-minute time penalty. Then we have what's called a blocking violation. That's a yellow card, so that would be a 30-second time penalty. And this was referring to what I was talking about before. You need to ride on the right-hand side. You can pass on the left. Finally, we do have a red card, disqualification. So be aware of that. This is a depiction of some of the racing positions that are prohibited on the bike. So no super tucking. This is all about being safe out on course. Some more general rules. So I discussed this already, but no headphones on the swim, bike, or run, no outside support. You do need to wear a shirt on the bike and run course. This is really important. You're not allowed to have a camera yourself out on course, so do not plan on that. Make sure you're wearing your bib number on the run course, and ideally you have that number visible on the front of you as you are running throughout the course. If you decide to drop out for any reason at any point, you do need to let our race officials know immediately and turn in your timing chip. And then this is important, no family or friends allowed to cross the finish line with you. So please, that special finish area is reserved for you. So make sure that you are taking it all in and that your friends and family are cheering you on from the side, not joining you across that line. This is a depiction of the drafting that I was referring to. So 12-meter drafting zone. If you do have more questions about that, please refer to our athlete guide. Again, no drafting, prohibited. Be safe, be fair, don't cheat. So very simple there. We move on to our run course. So it is a 2-loop, almost flat, very fast, 13.1. So that's 21.1K run course. You'll be treated to a very spectator-friendly course. So your friends and family can be out there cheering you on. And this is the best way that they can support you with their cheers. The Ironman 70.3 Los Cabos course will close 8 hours and 30 minutes after the last age group athlete enters the swim. So at that rolling start, anyone still out on course after that time will be given the opportunity to unofficially finish the race, but that is upon the sole discretion of our race organizers, as well as the public authorities that are helping us out with the course. Athletes who finish before the cutoff time, but have a finishing time of more than 8 hours and 30 minutes will also be considered a DNF. The thing here is you're just not eligible for age group awards or for the Ironman 70.3 World Championship slots or roll down, but we will celebrate you and be proud of your achievement on race day. There is a couple important things. We do have prohibited running shoes, so we're just talking about staying away from those super shoes that are illegal in high-level racing. So just take a look at that list there and make sure that you're racing fair. Here is a visual depiction of that 2-loop run course. Again, you can refer to your athlete guide, but quite simple, and it's all kind of right there. Your friends and family member can cheer you on throughout the whole area of the run course. So back to some of these cutoff policies that we've referred to throughout this presentation. The swim course will close 1 hour and 10 minutes after the last age group athlete starts the swim. All athletes in the water after that cutoff time will be disqualified and not permitted to continue. The bike course closes 5 hours and 30 minutes after the last age grouper enters the swim. So if you are on course after that cutoff time, you would be disqualified. And for any athletes who have not finished their first bike lap, this is their intermediate cutoff I was discussing earlier. So 26.4 miles prior to 10 a.m. would be cut off. And then finally, 8 hours and 30 minutes for the whole race from the moment that last athlete enters the water to the close of our race. And then, as I was just discussing, you might cross the line within that time or beyond that time, but that is the official race time cutoff. So let's talk about aid stations a little bit here. There will be 5 on-course aid stations for the bike. As I was discussing earlier, they will supply you with Gatorade regular formula, so lemon, lime, and orange flavor, water, Fuel to Go, which is a gel, as well as ice. You'll have the opportunity to use a portable toilet. You'll have the opportunity to drop off your trash there. Make sure you are dropping everything at your aid stations if you're trying to get rid of your trash. Individual bottles will not be returned to athletes, but you can get a new bottle and continue on your way. To avoid risk, just make sure that you are vocal as you're approaching aid stations. Make sure that you slow down. It's going to be important that you grab some aid along the way. So you want to be making sure you are slowing down and that you are aware of other athletes around you. The half marathon run course aid stations are located approximately every kilometer. Same sort of deal for nutrition here. Gatorade regular formula, lemon, lime, and orange flavor, as well as water, Pepsi, those gels from Fuel to Go, ice, oranges, bananas, pretzels, and you can also access some sun cream. So if you need to throw some of that on for the beautiful Cabo weather, please do that. There will be portable toilets again at every aid station on the bike and run. Please use them. Please plan to be appropriate about that sort of thing. We do have this finish line policy that I brought up earlier, but the policy is to allow each competitor adequate time to celebrate their own accomplishment. We don't want anyone to be interfered with by participants, volunteers, or fans. So please respect this policy so you do not receive a disqualification. Next, we will have a medal ceremony for the top 3 female and male pro athletes. This will take place at Sunday, November 5th between 10:30 and 11:30 at the Finish Line Plaza. So please be there for that if you'd like to join us. We have that recovery zone that I discussed earlier. After crossing the finish line, you'll have an opportunity to receive a medal. You can access some aid like Gatorade, water, banana. We have bar and pizza. So don't forget to pick up your finisher shirt as well in this recovery area. If you registered before October 5th, you can pick up your personalized printed finisher diploma also. And then if this is your second, your third, your fourth Ironman event in Mexico in 2023, don't forget to pick up your duology, trilogy, or tetralogy finisher medal to form your M.Dot Supremo. So that is one of those cool little perks that you have. Finally, follow us on Facebook and Instagram for Ironman Mexico for the latest news about all events related to Ironman Mexico. We do have an awards ceremony for all of you Sunday, November 5th at 6:00 p.m. This is located at the Host Hotel. The first 5 of each age category, first 3 places for relays, as well as the 5 tri-clubs and best overall top placing elites will be awarded. So join us for that award ceremony for sure. Please do not remove your wristband prior to the ceremony or you will be denied entry. So super important that you keep that wristband on, which is about where we started this whole presentation. Slot allocation and roll down is available for the Ironman 70.3 World Championship in 2024. So this will immediately follow that award ceremony. So make sure you are on time for the award ceremony so you don't miss this presentation. We have 30 qualifying slots for the Ironman 2024 Ironman 70.3 World Championship. That'll be in Taupo, New Zealand, December 14th and 15th of 2024. So please be there and please be ready for this. We will roll straight into it. I'm going to dive right in on site. So I'll see you there and I look forward to all your smiling faces. Check out the preliminary results after the race to know if you might have an opportunity to grab one of those. And then you can join us at the slot allocation and roll down. You do need to be there in person. And then you'll have to be prepared to pay $780 with a credit card to claim your spot. So just some notes with that. We can't accept cash. And then again, this is sort of the same thing I'm discussing, but the athlete must be present at the roll down to pick up a slot allocation. If you're not there, it will be passed down to the next athlete who is present. So same gender, designated age group, and we'll go through the slot roll down allocation process to push through those slots to give everyone who would like to race the opportunity who has qualified. These are some more details. If you are curious about the specific details, I urge you to read through the fine print here. Okay, we will have a lost and found available for you. So we'll take any lost and found items to the award ceremony for you to pick up. Please note, we're not responsible for lost items, but we'll do our best to get your stuff back to you, particularly if you mark your gear with your bib number. Make sure you have your bib number as well as your name, your phone number, all that kind of good stuff. And that's the best way to get stuff back to you. But also just make sure that you are keeping track of your items and that you are preparing for a fantastic race day. With that, I thank you so much for joining me in this discussion, and I can't wait to see you on race day at the Mazda Ironman 70.3 Los Cabos. We'll see you there.